Welcome all the students. We are going to be see the pericyclic reactions as a new topic. See in this topic what we are going to be see. So for the Mumbai University syllabus, TY Basic Chemistry Semester 5, Paper 3 Unit 1. First unit is what, which is the mechanism of organic reactions, in which we are going to be say that what is the pericyclic reactions, what is the classification and nomenclature of different pericyclic reactions. So if we will see the pericyclic reactions, as we are already aware that the majority of organic reactions proceeds either by a polar or by a radical pathway. But there are some of the reactions which does not follow polar or the radical reagents. So that is, they are substantially influenced or uninfluenced by the change of the polarity of solvents or by the presence of the radical initiators. Example, Diels-Alder reactions. So in Diels-Alder reaction, there is neither the formation of the polar or the radical reagents. So if we'll see that in introduction, pericyclic reactions are any concerted reaction in which bonds are formed or broken in a cyclic transition state. Electrons move around in a circle. That is, there is a single transition state from start to finish, in contrast to a stepwise reaction. So if we are going to be see that in first diagram, we are going to be observe that starting material has been directly converted into the product without formation of any intermediate. But for the second reaction or the second diagram, which clearly indicate that starting material has been converted into the product via the formation of the intermediate steps. So as we have already discussed that pericyclic reactions are going to be follow this first pathway. That means they are the concerted reactions. They does not involve any intermediate during the formation of the product. So pericyclic reactions, what are exactly the pericyclic reactions? It involves the several simultaneous bond making and breaking process with a cyclic transition state involve the delocalized electrons. If we'll see the normal organic reaction, in which there is a formation of the bond and then there is a breaking of the bond, but in pericyclic reaction, bond making and bond breaking process are going to be happen in a single step. So always going to be in all the cyclic transition state. The combination of the step is called as the concerted process where intermediates are skipped. In the diagram, you can easily observe that intermediate are going to be formed only for the multi-step reactions or the normal reaction, but for the pericyclic reaction, your reactant will be directly converted into the product without forming any intermediate, as shown into the pink graph. So what is the definition of pericyclic reaction? Pericyclic reactions are apparently concerted, that is, the electronic rearrangement involved into the bond making and bond breaking process simultaneously. It is a one-step process. The transition states are cyclic and the reactions are attended by a high degree of the stereoselectivity. Many of such reactions are reversible. All such concerted reactions which proceeds via the cyclic transition states are known as the pericyclic reactions. Pericyclic reactions are unaffected by the polar reagents, solvent change or the radical initiators. They are influenced by heat or the light. Pericyclic reactivity can be understood in a different ways. So if you will see, pericyclic reactions require the light or the heat and are completely stereospecific, that is, a single stereoisomers of the reactant forms a single stereoisomers of the product. What are the properties of the pericyclic reactions? So if you are going to be observe, pericyclic reactions has the first property are they have little if any solvent effect. Normally solvent does not affect any rate of the reaction, but a small amount of the change can be observed by the solvent. No nucleophiles or the electrophiles are involved. Not generally catalyzed by the Lewis acids. They are highly stereospecific. They are often photochemically promoted. So what is the classification of the pericyclic reaction? If we'll see the classification of the pericyclic reaction, they are normally subdivided into the 5 groups. First one is the cycloaddition reaction. Second one, which is the electrocyclic ring closing and ring opening reaction. Third one is the sigmatropic rearrangement. Fourth one is the cheilotropic rearrangement or the cheilotropic reactions. And last one is the group transfer reactions. So what is a cycloaddition reaction? A cycloaddition is a pericyclic chemical reaction in which two or more unsaturated molecules combine with the formation of the cyclic adduct, in which there is a net reduction of the double multiplicity or the bond multiplicity. The resulting reaction is the cycloaddition reaction. They are designated as A plus B. A and B refers to a number of the atoms containing the pi electrons. So as we have mentioned, their designated can be written as A plus B, where A and B are number of pi electrons. Three important classes of the cycloaddition reactions are there. First one is the Diels-Alder reaction. Second one is the 2+2 cycloaddition reaction. And third one is the 1,3 dipolar cycloaddition. So what is a cycloaddition reaction? A cycloaddition is the pericyclic chemical reaction in which two or more unsaturated molecules combine with the formation of the cyclic adduct, in which there is a net reduction of the bond multiplicity. So in this example, we are going to be observe cycloaddition reactions always require two starting material, of which one is the diene and another one is a dienophile, and formation of the cyclic adduct. So starting material which is diene, another starting material is called the dienophile, and the product will be called as the adduct. The reaction between butadiene and ethylene is the simplest example of the cycloaddition reaction, which reactions are also called as what? Diels-Alder reaction. The reactions are described as 4 pi plus 2 pi cycloaddition, denoting the number of interacting pi electrons in each component. If you are going to be observed into this example, the diene is going to be contain 2 pi bonds. That means there are 4 pi electrons. So that's why it will belong as the 4 pi. And dienophile, which are going to be contain the 1 pi bond, that means 2 pi electrons. So that's why it will be called as the 2 pi. So that's why it is the 4 pi plus 2 pi cycloaddition reaction. So if you are going to see that in cycloaddition reactions may again be of two types depending upon the number of the pi electrons in the components. So first one is the 2+2 cycloaddition, and second one will be the 4+2 cycloaddition reaction. So this is the example of the 4 pi plus 2 pi as well as the 2 pi plus 2 pi. In first example, there is the 4 pi electrons and the 2 pi electrons in the diene as well as the dienophile. So that's why it is a 4 pi plus 2 pi. In a second example, both diene as well as the dienophile both are going to be contain the 1 pi bond each. That means 2 pi electrons. So that's why it will be called as what? 2 pi plus 2 pi. All these reactions are reversible. 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. As we have mentioned that there is a 2 pi electrons. That means 4 pi electrons. So butadiene and ethylene, which is the 4+2 cycloaddition reaction, where one of the system has 4 pi electrons and the other system will be having the 2 pi electrons. The best known 4 pi plus 2 pi cycloaddition is the Diels-Alder reactions, of which the simplest possible example is the reaction between butadiene and ethylene. Diels-Alder reaction takes place very easily, often spontaneously, and at most requires the moderate application of the heat. Before considering the reaction between butadiene and ethylene, let us first study the electronic configuration of the 1,3-butadiene and ethylene. So if we are going to be see that 2+2 cycloaddition reaction, as both the starting material contain 1 pi bond each. So that means there is a 2 pi electron. So that's why it is a 2+2 cycloaddition reaction. The 4+2 cycloaddition, this will be the example. if you are going to be observe, thermal reactions is difficult while the photochemical reaction is easy in case of the 2 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction. As we are already aware that Diels-Alder is one of the example of the cycloaddition reaction. It is discovered by the Professor Otto Diels and his student Kurt Alder in 1928, and they have received the Nobel Prize in 1958 for the milestone discovery of this Diels-Alder reaction. Method, it is which is the simplest method for the synthesis of the 6-member ring. It is a one-step concerted reaction. It is termed as 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction, where 4 pi and 2 pi electrons react. So Diels-Alder reactions, as we have already discussed, discovered by the Diels and Alder in 1928. These reactions occurs between the diene and dienophile, where cyclohexene ring will be formed as the product. Concerted reaction can be accelerated by heating or by using same catalyst. 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction. As we already mentioned that Diels-Alder reactions are also the reversible reaction. So retro Diels-Alder reaction is also possible. They are stereoselective reactions. That means mainly one product is going to be formed always. Stereospecific reactions, reactant can keep their stereochemistry. Reactant can keep their stereochemistry. No transition state or charge intermediates are going to be not formed during the Diels-Alder reaction. All electrons moving in the same time to form a 2 new sigma bonds. 100% atom economy is one of the principle of the green chemistry can be achieved by using the Diels-Alder reaction. So they are also termed as what? Green chemistry application. If one or more of the diene or the dienophile atoms are not carbon, the reaction is hetero Diels-Alder reaction. That means if there is a presence of any heteroatom into either diene or the dienophile, the reactions will be called as what? Hetero Diels-Alder reaction. So these are some of the example of the Diels-Alder reaction, in which we are going to be easily observe that diene and the dienophile. Dienophile, it should be always considered as the electron withdrawing group, will give the higher reaction rate. One of the important thing about the Diels-Alder reaction is what? The diene, which should be always into the cis conformation and not into the trans conformation. These are also the some of the example of the stereospecific Diels-Alder reaction. If you are going to be observe that the starting material which we are going to utilize, which is the trans, so formation of the product as trans. In this case there is a cis olefin are going to be utilized, so formation of the product is cis. So that means they are highly stereospecific reaction. Again, if you are going to be observe that in Diels-Alder reactions of the cyclopentadiene and succinic anhydride will always give the formation of the endo product as the major product. 2 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction. The 2 plus 2 photocycloaddition reaction is the cycloaddition reaction types. It generally entitled the 2 plus 2. That means both the starting material are going to be contain the 2 pi electron each. The 2 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction is the cycloaddition type reaction. It is generally entails the formation of the new molecule by the reaction of the 2 unsaturated molecule via 2 atoms from each molecule. 1,3 dipolar cycloaddition reactions. So 1,3 dipolar cycloaddition reactions are reaction in which there is a 3 atom 4 electron diene which react with the dienophile and form a 5-member ring. This is called as the 1,3 dipole, and this cycloaddition reaction called as the 1,3 dipolar cycloaddition reaction. That means there is a formation of the negative charge on the oxygen, positive charge on the nitrogen. If we will see the resonating structure, there will become as a negative charge on the carbon. So there is a 3 atom system, that is 1, 2 and 3. So that's why it is a 1 3 carbon atom which are going to be contain the polar bond. Cycloaddition reactions, two unsaturated molecules add to one another yielding a cyclic product. So we are going to give the formation of the cyclic product. The Diels-Alder is one of the example of the cycloaddition reaction. They are normally going to be carried out by using the photochemical reaction. So this is one of the example of the photochemical 2+2 cycloaddition reaction. So next we are going to see that sigmatropic rearrangement. So what is a sigmatropic rearrangement? Molecular rearrangements in which a sigma bond atom or a group which are going to be involved the reaction with a corresponding reorganization of the pi bonds are called as the sigmatropic reactions. The total number of the sigma bonds and pi bonds remains unchanged. Different types of sigmatropic rearrangement reactions are 3 sigmatropic rearrangement, 2 3 sigmatropic rearrangement, 1 5 sigmatropic rearrangement. So this is the first example of the 1 5 sigmatropic rearrangement. A sigma bond substituent atoms or groups migrate across the p electron system from one position to the another. So it is a 1 5 rearrangement. So that means the hydrogen carbon bond at carbon number 1 which are going to be migrated on carbon number 5, in product you are going to be easily observe that there is the formation of the new bond between carbon number 5 and the hydrogen 1. So there is a migration of the hydrogen from carbon number 1 to the carbon number 5. So that's why which is called as 1 5 rearrangement. In case of the 3 3 rearrangement, we are going to be observe that numbering in which an allyl ether, this is the 1 2 3, another nomenclature system as 1 2 3. By the rearrangement we are going to be observe that the sigma bond between oxygen and carbon of number 1 is going to be migrated into the carbon 3. So that's why it is a 3 3 sigmatropic rearrangement. Sigmatropic reactions is a pericyclic reaction where the net results is one sigma bond is changed to the another sigma bond. So we are going to be observe this sigma bond between carbon hydrogen has been changed into the new carbon hydrogen bonds. In all these example there is a one sigma bond has been converted into the another sigma bond. So these are the different type of the sigmatropic rearrangement like 1 3, 1 5, 1 7, 3 3 as well as the 2 3. So this is 1 5 rearrangement. We have already seen the example for both these examples. Number in bracket refers to the two groups connected by the bond and designate the position in the groups to which migration occurs. So in a 1 5 sigmatropic rearrangement of the diene, migration occurs to a position of one of the hydrogen group and to position 5 of the pentadienyl group. Some of the example of the sigmatropic rearrangement we are going to be observe there is a migration of the CH bond from this carbon atom to 1 2 3 4 5. So it has been migrated into the carbon number 5. So that's why it will be the 1 5 hydrogen ship. In same example if you are going to be observe that this is going to be migrated, so that's why it will be called as what 1 5 sigmatropic rearrangement. Orbital symmetry rules predict a suprafacial reaction. So this is the orbital picture diagram for the 1 5 hydrogen ship. Some of the example of the Cope and Claisen rearrangements are the sigmatropic. Cope rearrangements are going to be in all it is the rearrangement of 1 5 hexadiene. So this is the example. 1,5-hexadiene, which will undergo the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement, will give the formation of the new diene, which is the 1,5-diene. Claisen rearrangement of an aryl allyl ether. As we have seen this example, aryl allyl ether on 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement will give the ortho allyl phenol. Cope rearrangement. So Cope rearrangement, which is also called as the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement, we are going to be easily observe that it is a Cope rearrangement, 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. This is the oxycope, that means oxygen is going to be in all. So that's the oxycope rearrangement, and this is the representative example for the 3,3 sigmatropic, that is a Cope rearrangement. This is a Claisen rearrangement, which is a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. These examples we have already discussed. Claisen rearrangement or the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. As we have already discussed that Claisen rearrangement, which are going to be in all the aryl allyl ether as the starting material, which on 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement will give the formation of the ortho allyl phenol as the product. So this is the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. This is a one-step mechanism without in all any ionic intermediate or any charge species, which is similar like the cycloaddition reactions. So what are the electrocyclic reactions? And electrocyclic reactions is the reversible reactions that involve a ring closure of a conjugated polyene to a cycloalkane, or ring opening of a cycloalkane to a conjugated polyene. So they are the reversible reactions. So this is the ring closing. So our 1,3,5-hexatriene by a ring closure reaction will give the formation of 1,3-cyclohexadiene. New sigma bond will be formed. For ring opening, so this cyclobutene under thermal condition will give the formation of 1,3-butadiene. So these are the electrocyclic reactions. If you are going to be see that both example there is a bond and one fiber. Ring opening of the cyclobutene form the 1,3-butadiene. Electrocyclic reactions are those in which either ring is formed with the generation of the new bond, or it can be opposite, ring can be open. So electrocyclic reactions are completely stereospecific. For example, ring closure of the octatriene having this configuration will give the cis product only. The stereochemistry of the product of an electrocycle can also depends upon the reaction condition, whether the reaction is thermochemical or photochemical reaction. These are some of the example of the ring closure reactions. Will give the formation of either cis-olefin or trans-olefin, depends upon the stereochemistry of the starting material. Electrocyclization reactions, a linear conjugated polyene converted into the cyclic product. So this starting material will be converted into the cyclic product. These are also the reversible reaction. The mechanism is not particularly surprising, but the stereochemistry changes depends upon whether the reaction will be either heat catalyzed or the light catalyzed. Cycloaddition reactions. Two linear conjugated polyenes converted onto a cyclic product in one step. Again, the stereochemistry of the reaction is remarkably reproducible. So this is the example of the cycloaddition reaction. Sigmatropic reaction that we already seen. This involve the concerted migration of atoms or a group of atoms. Example is the migration of the bond. Sigmatropic rearrangement, we have seen examples or different examples of sigmatropic rearrangement, that is 1,3 sigmatropic reaction, 1,5 sigmatropic reaction, and 3,3 sigmatropic reaction. In all these examples, we are going to be observe that there is a migration of this carbon and G bond into the new carbon atom. So that is a migration of the bond from carbon number 1 to the carbon number 3. In second example, from carbon number 1 to the carbon number 5. In last example, it will carbon carbon 1 bond will be break, and new carbon carbon bond will be formed between the carbon number 3 and another carbon number 3. So that's why this is a 3,3 sigmatropic reaction. 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. This is the example. This bond is going to be break, and there is a formation of new bond between this carbon atom. So that's why it is a 1 2 3 1 2 and 3. So that's why it is a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. So there are some of the example as Cope rearrangement, Aza-Cope rearrangement, as the Claisen rearrangement. Cope rearrangement, it is the thermal rearrangement of 1,5-diene through a 3,3 sigmatropic shift is known as the Cope rearrangement. So we are going to be observe number of the sigma bond and number of the pi bonds in starting material as well as the products are same. The only change is what a sigma bond between carbon number 1 and carbon number 1 dash will be migrated to the carbon number 3 and carbon number 3 dash. What is Aza-Cope rearrangement? The Aza-Cope rearrangement is an example of heteroatoms version of the Cope rearrangements, which is 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement that shifts single and double bonds between two allylic components. The Aza-Cope rearrangements are generally classified by the position of the nitrogen into the molecule. So this is the one Aza-Cope. That means, so 1 2 3 and 1 dash 2 dash and 3 dash. So there is a formation of these ones. So that's why it is a 1 3 1 Aza-Cope, as well as the reversible reaction will be the 3 Aza-Cope rearrangement. The transformations are appropriately substituted by using the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. One of the example is the Mannich reaction. It is synthetically very powerful reaction because it gives the formation of the cyclic molecule from a very simple starting material. The Mannich cyclization is irreversible and its product and acyl substituted pyrrolidine ring more stable than that of the rearrangement. So this is the 2 Aza-Cope rearrangement, and one of the application of this rearrangement is the Mannich cyclization. What is Claisen rearrangement? That we already seen. Claisen rearrangement are going to be involve the allyl vinyl ether, and formation of the aldehyde will be the product. So Claisen rearrangement either involve the allyl vinyl ether or allyl aryl ether, and formation of the vinylated phenol will be the product. These reactions are proceed via the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement reaction. So this is the example of the Claisen rearrangement. Allyl phenyl ether by 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement will be converted into the ortho-allyl phenol by the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement with proton transfer. So it is a 1,5 hydrogen shift. This is a orbital picture diagram for the 1,5 hydrogen shifts. Electrocyclization we already seen. It is a butadiene into the cyclobutene conversion. The mechanism is very simple. Stereochemistry of the product is directly related to the stereochemistry of the starting material. Whether the reaction is are going to be carried out by using heat or the photocatalysis. So this is one of the example of the electrocyclic reaction. Sigma bond is going to be break, so it is what ring opening reaction. This is a cycloaddition reaction. 1,3-butadiene on reaction with ethylene will give the formation of the cyclohexene. So this is a cycloaddition reaction. So this is called as the diene. This ethylene will be called as the dienophile, and the product will be the cyclohexene, which is also termed as the adduct. This is a sigmatropic rearrangement. We are going to be easily observe this carbon-carbon sigma bond is going to be migrated into the new carbon-carbon sigma bond. So this is also the example of the same sigmatropic rearrangement 1,5. These are the stereochemistry which are normally going to be involved into the sigmatropic rearrangement. So we can observe there is a formation of only cis product. In this example, there is a formation of cis as well as the trans product. Depends upon whether reactions are heat catalyzed or the photocatalyzed. So this is a Diels-Alder example, Alder reaction example of the 4+2 cycloaddition reaction. So this is a 2+2 cycloaddition reaction. This is one more example of the 2,3 sigmatropic rearrangement involving the heteroatom. This is the example of the 1,5 sigmatropic rearrangement. A sigma bond between the carbon number 1 and the hydrogen 1 will be break, and new sigma bond will be formed between the carbon number 5 and the hydrogen. So that's why it is a 1,5 sigmatropic rearrangement. In case of the 1,3 sigmatropic rearrangement, a carbon-carbon bond between carbon number 1 and another carbon number 1 will be break. A new bond formed between the carbon number 3 and another carbon. So this is the 1,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. So this is the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. A Cope rearrangement, as we already discussed, Cope rearrangement, there is a formation of new sigma bond as well as the breaking of the sigma bond. But in overall reaction, number of the sigma and pi bonds are same in a starting material as well as into the product. A Claisen rearrangement, which can be carried out by using either aryl allyl ether or the allyl ether. This is a 1,3 hydrogen shift we are going to be observe. The hydrogen atom are going to be shipped and we are going to get the two different product. This is the mechanism for the previous example. So if you are going to observe the hydrogen atom from this carbon atom will be migrated to this carbon atom. So this is a 1, 2, 3 hydrogen shift. We are going to get the formation of this product. If hydrogen atom are going to be migrated from the another carbon atom, it will give from carbon number 1, carbon number 2 to the carbon number 3, which will also be the formation of the 1,3 hydrogen atom sheet with formation of this product. So that's why there is a formation of the two product, depends upon whether the hydrogen atom is going to be migrated from this carbon atom or this carbon atom. So 1,5 hydrogen atom shift, this is the example. So this is a carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This carbon hydrogen atom bond will be break and hydrogen will be shifted on the carbon number 5. So that's why it will be called as what? 1, 5 hydrogen atom shift. So in reaction which is also called as what? Alder in reaction. Alkene with electron withdrawing group and alkene with allylic hydrogen atom are going to be utilized as the starting material. Formation of one new carbon-carbon bond and another carbon-hydrogen bonds is the main features of the alder in reaction. So this is a example of the in reaction, in which in means olefin. The hydrogen atom will be migrated, will be shifted on this carbon-carbon, will give the formation of double bond, and we are going to get the formation of this as the product. So this is the example of the in reaction. So what is the cheletropic reaction? A cheletropic reaction is the pericyclic reaction where the net results is the conversion of the pi bonds and a lone pair into a pair of sigma bonds with both new sigma bonds adding into the same atom. So we are going to be having the example of the cheletropic reaction where these reactions are what? Reversible reaction. If you are going to be observe this sulfoxide molecule which on the reaction will give the breaking of this carbon sulfur bond as well as this carbon sulfur bond with loss of the sulfur dioxide and will give the formation of the butadiene. If we will see it by the reverse way, this carbon will form the bond with sulfur, Another carbon will form the bond with the sulfur and will the formation of the cyclic sulfoxide molecule. So cheletropic reactions are also the reversible reaction. Thank you. So if you like the content of this video, you can subscribe as well as share the my YouTube channel.